Chapter 21. Respawn. Will they ever stop? I mindlessly continued my games as their ever-growing shouting began to take over my senses. I narrowed my brow, trying to focus on defeating the monsters. My fingers danced across the controller with a practiced motion as the colors twirled around my face in the dull, light room. Come on, concentrate. You've beaten this level 1,000,000 times. You never listen to anything I say, my mother called from downstairs. Just jump over the fireballs and get close enough to hit its eye. Well, maybe if it were actually something worth talking about and not some gossipy bullshit, Dad ranted. Just onto that platform, I can get over to the lava pit and... All you care about is your job, she barked. That's because my job is the only thing keeping us from living on the streets. Is that what you want? Or maybe you could get off your fat ass and stop watching those damn soaps and do something, Dad began to yell. Are they really at it again? Oh, here we go again. I was laid off. It's not my fault. Sure, it's never your fault now, is it? He huffed. Will you just shut up already? I yelled, so that everyone could hear. My eyes opened wide in an unfamiliar place. Rubble filled my vision, with trash and debris cluttering my sight. The dust was settled in my surroundings, giving me the impression I had been here a while, wherever this is. The floor was cold against my stomach. I attempted to get back to my knees when I noticed the pressure against my back. What the? I rolled to my left side, knocking some of the fallen rubble off my back. A small tent-like structure had formed with the fallen wood and concrete that was whatever this building used to be, or at least I think it was a building. I searched around the remains of the structure, in hopes of figuring a way out of here. No light, nothing that I could see anyway, escaped through the tent. Okay, this is bad. I don't have the slightest idea of where I am or what I was doing or really anything. I need to gather my thoughts. Okay, I'm in a game hosted by a killer. I can't get out, and something about being too old? I don't know, it's not important right now. I'm living with 3 people, Hal, Eve, and Alex. No, Alice. Our goal is to do something. What is it again? Something to do with passing out or killing? I don't really remember. Why don't I remember? What was I doing before I ended up here? Think, I repeated, bonking my forehead. A wave of shock was sent down my body. I flinched, staring at the red that covered my hand. I gently brushed my fingers through the right side of my hair to find the same color. Oh, God. Guess that explains what happened to my memory. Now the question is, well, one of the questions is, what happened here? Wait. I think I remember. Alice and I came back and met up with Hal and Eve at the hospital, where Eve had just been released. Olive patched me up and we left. We were on our way home. I remember Eve didn't want to walk, so Hal carried her on his back. Alice ranted the whole way, about how she was the one to find the clue, and how I did nothing, which was total bull. I remember carrying the clue and falling. Did I trip? Yeah, I fell, knocking the mirror shard out of my shirt. I remember grabbing it and Alice screaming. What happened next? I growled, not being able to recall. That didn't answer anything. I stared up at the rubble, with my back flat against the concrete. I breathed slowly and calmly, as the slight sound filled the silence. A smile formed on my lips as my hair clouded my vision. It was almost perfect, wasn't it? But I lived, didn't I? That just gives me more of a reason to fight, doesn't it? A laugh, quiet and surreal, filled the air. Well, I'm not dead yet, I laughed through the dark. That's right, Ian. I'm not dead. I remember the fence was down when we got back. I and that girl, the mean one, went in first to make sure it was safe. I guess it wasn't. I think there was a noise? Yeah, there was a noise like a clock going off. Instinct. I pushed her, and I fell. Was there anything else? Then how did I know it was Ian? I think I'm just assuming. I mean, it would make sense. He does have a grudge against us, I think. What did he do again? John? John, can you hear me? A voice entered my hearing. I know that voice. John, another voice called. This was a guy. Shouldn't there be a third? If you can hear us, say something, the girl called. We could just cut our losses, the guy suggested. How? Don't even joke about that. John? John, the girl barked. Hey, I'm just saying the truth. He's probably dead. How? Yeah, no mistaking it. Shut it, the girl cried. Glad I mean so much, I called. John? Are you okay? I stand corrected, Howe chuckled. Well, it's kinda dark, and I only have a vague idea of what's going on, I stated truthfully. Can you move? Howe asked. I can roll over, not much more. It's kind of like a tent with 2 large slabs of concrete and wood. I can't really see any light, so look for something well covered with that shape, I ordered, staring at my surroundings. Just keep talking, Howe added. I could hear movement and the shuffling of feet. Hey, hi, hello. I really don't have anything, I sighed, trying to think of something to say. Hi, John, what's up? She laughed, replying. I guess this conversation is the best chance of finding me. Not much, really. What about you? You know, just digging through debris, looking for a guy, she laughed. Well, that sounds like a drag, I replied. Yeah, I mean, seriously, she joked. I couldn't help but slightly laugh. Hey, don't take this the wrong way, but who are you? I questioned. There was a long silence. Even the footsteps stopped. It's Eve. Don't you remember? Her tone was soft and had an almost doll-like quality to the sound. I know of you, but I don't remember how. You were in the hospital. Are you a doctor? I questioned. No, I'm not. I didn't mean to upset you. Please don't be mad. I sounded much like a wounded puppy. I remember you being nice. Were we friends? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Light peered through a small opening in the tent. Hey, I can see the light, I noted. Howe continued to move the rubble. Slowly but surely the night sky filled my sight. A boy with black hair stood above me, with a pink-haired girl. A light smile marked my lips, but they did not return the look. Was it what I said? My eyes widened as I realized what they were staring at. Red covered the floor where I had laid. My hand left across my hair, rediscovering the blood. This seems too familiar. Well, that explains a lot, I stated as if the blood didn't even bother me. Hey, does this seem familiar to you guys? We need to get you to Olive, Eve insisted. No, really, I feel like I've been here before. We can talk about this later. Right now, we're going to the hospital, Howe ensured. He took my arm, helping me from the ground. I stood, stumbling slightly. I feel dizzy. Hey, this is like when I first woke up in this world. Interesting, I noted to myself. Why are you so calm about this? You could die, she explained, frantically as we began to walk. All eyes were on me. As I see it, I wouldn't die. I would respawn. Or maybe I just did, and I don't really know, but I wouldn't die. You said it yourself that if a player is killed by another player, killed by a 0 or turns 21, they die. None of that happened to me, so why would I die? I argued. He has a point, Hal agreed. He's just loopy from the hit to the head. He doesn't know what he's saying, Eve pointed out. If I were crushed by the house, I would be killed by Ian or whoever actually blew it up. It was Rachel, the bomber, but she's a 3, so in a way it was still Ian, Hal added, cutting me off. Okay, so if I had died from the blast, I would have been killed by a player. But if I died from blood loss, which at this point is a high possibility, that this could be just a concussion, that's also highly probable, I thought. When did you get so smart? Eve questioned. I've always been considered smart, I think. It was around the time my parents divorced that I was actually tested. Eve cut me off. You remember your parents? Wait, I remember the real world? But I can't remember where I live or what I like to eat or even my name. I still don't know how I even got to this world. Maybe a part? Did you get back your memories? Hal questioned, breaking my thoughts. No, I mean, I don't remember everything, just parts, I explained. Parts? I remember my parents yelling at each other and taking all these tests. But he doesn't remember who we are, Hal noted. I do have a question, though. I stopped walking, staring at the two with a confused expression. Weren't there 3 of you?